He realized she was innocent after marrying the woman who lied. The happiest day of his life ended with a sentence that didn't make sense. As the guests celebrated his wedding, the bride leaned close and whispered something that sounded like a joke. Now no one will ever believe her. He laughed because he thought she was teasing him. He had no idea those words would return years later and destroy everything he ever believed. For a long time, he was convinced he had made the right choice. The woman he married had told him that his former partner had been dishonest, manipulative, and secretly seeing another man. She showed him carefully selected screenshot, edited messages, and stories that made every misunderstanding look like proof of betrayal. If this is your first time of coming across my channel, please subscribe, click on the notification button, like and share for another interesting story coming up your way. Whenever he questioned everything, she always had another explanation ready. Even his family believed her because she appeared calm, respectful, and caring. His former partner never fought back. She simply walked away. Her silence made everyone think she had something to hide. Life moved on. He married the woman he trusted, believing he had escaped a terrible relationship. But after the wedding, little things began to bother him. His wife seemed strangely interested whenever someone mentioned his former partner. She celebrated every rumor that painted the other woman in a bad light. She became nervous whenever old friends tried to contact him. He ignored the signs. Then one evening, everything changed. A family gathering turned into an argument after his wife accused one of her cousin of spreading gossip. She became so angry that she forgot who was sitting nearby. Without realizing it, she admitted that none of the stories about his former partner had been true. She laughed and said, "If I hadn't edited those messages and convinced him she was cheating, he would never have looked at me." The room felt silent. What she didn't know was that another cousin had placed a phone on the table earlier to record the celebration so relatives living abroad could watch it later. Every word had been captured. No one noticed the recording until the next day. When the video was played back, the confession was impossible to deny. He listened again and again, hoping he had misunderstood. He hadn't. The woman he had blamed had never betrayed him. The messages had been edited, the screenshot had been manipulated, the lies had been repeated so many times that everyone accepted them as true. His whole marriage had been built on deception. He confronted his wife, expecting her to deny it. Instead, she admitted she had always been jealous of the love she shared with the other woman. She believed that if she could destroy their relationship, she would finally have the life she wanted. She got the wedding, she got the house, she got the ring, but she never got the love. He walked away from the conversation feeling like a stranger in his own home. For days he couldn't sleep. Every memory returned in a new meaning. The argument, the tears, the unanswered questions. He finally understood that the woman he accused had never defended herself because she believed that people who truly love her would eventually discover the truth on their own. By the time he gathered the courage to find her, years had passed. He found her living a quiet life, surrounded by people who valued her honestly. She listened patiently as he apologized and played the recording. She didn't interrupt. When he finished, she smiled sadly. "I spent years wishing you would believe me," she said softly. "One day I realized I didn't need to prove my innocence to someone who had already decided I was guilty." He lowered his head, so confused. The truth finally came out, but it arrived after my heart had already been healed from the pain. For the first time, he understood that Exposing lies does not erase the damage it caused. Some apologies arrive after the chapter has already ended. As he watched her walk away, he realized the greatest punishment wasn't losing the marriage built on lies. It was knowing he had lost the woman who had been telling the truth from the very beginning. And this time, there was no second chance. Thank you so much for watching till the end. See you for another interesting story.